Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Oh, it says I'm live. So I think I'm live. I never know when I'm going to go live. So welcome, 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 welcome. If you've never met me before, please share this video because I never know who God wants to get in here. So if you want to share it, tag a friend, whatever it is. But today is Motivational Monday, Camp Gambini. And what that is it really started from the pandemic and just getting on and us all celebrating things. And now, Monday through Thursday, we have Camp Gambini, which today is Motivational Monday, where we really celebrate our wins. I may have somebody join and we just release encouraging words. So, but the really big part is for us to take a moment to celebrate something great that happened today or something that's even happened this last week. Just take a moment to have that gratitude, and you may, most of the time, Mondays tend to be that day where there's some extra challenging things, right? So that was definitely mine today. I had to kind of take a couple deep breaths, and I found myself getting a little frustrated. Honestly, understandably, because it was for somebody who was going through a really, really hard time. And it's always hard to see that. And sometimes the whole things you have to deal with, whether it is state, federal, Social Security, whatever it is, things are in a whole new place here in California, so you have to do everything by phone. So we set up an appointment. I was waiting on to help her, and it never happened. And at 6 o'clock, we had to reschedule. So, but happy Monday. Let me know where you're joining from. Say hello when let's see what you want to celebrate. And I just wanted to share with you guys, I just thought I'd take a little moment. I'm so excited. And if you do have something you would think anybody that is a sponsor of mine, I've tried their items. I love what they do. So my two sponsors right now are Feel Pretty Bling. And check this out, my friends. This is, I just got I'm so excited because both of them just sent me a bunch of really awesome things that I'm going to get to debut kind of fall, and just some great ideas for like Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, because I just have to tell you, these little cute earrings and this all come together in one set. $5. So feelprettybling.com. I will have this stuff up, and then I'm an angel. Or I don't know, like, can you guys see? It has these cute little tassels. So I said fall feels when it's 95. So I just have this cute, adorable, it's kind of a full length little t-shirt dress in this gorgeous purple. Only $20, has pockets, and then this adorable with all of these colors. I can hardly wait to pair it with some corals and different things like that. So that's just your little fun moment commercial for Threads of Light Boutique, which is one of my sponsors. And pretty much every time you see me, I normally will be wearing Threads of Light. And if you like my jewelry, I can promise you that it will be Feel Pretty Bling. If it's something older, it may not be, but just go check out their website because you'll want it to be. And it's just fun, and it has great, great gifts and all. And I just love that they're both mamapreneurs, chasing their dreams, kingdom first. They both love God with all their heart, and they really put all of their passion into their business and try to do something that is affordable. So that's all I have to say about that. Hi, Brandy. Hello, hello, hello. So what do we have to share today? If anybody wants to join with me, let me see if I can post this here. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let me find. So hello, hello, hello. Who's on? Let me know. Drop where you're joining from. Hi, Mary, how are you? So drop where you're joining from. I really been asking the Lord, because if I can just be real, like it's Monday and Mondays and Thursdays are my hardest days, it feels like, to get on here, because it's just the end of the day. I made dinner. I might have tried to do it way earlier and it just didn't work out, right? But there's just something on the Lord's heart. And matter of fact, shout out to my friend Jennifer Solomon. And she was like, girl, when are you doing a live? Like I had literally, she did not know this. I'd walk back to my computer and I was debating if I was going to put up my StreamYard or not. I was really thinking I was just going to say, hey guys, no motivational Monday. And I was like, ugh. Well, I think I'm going to do it really soon, Jennifer, because you suggested it. So let me post that here really quick. But how are you all? What's going on with you? Hi, Roshander, exactly. You're so obedient to come on. And I hope everybody knows my heart that I'm definitely not trying to give anybody but God the glory, but it really reminds me of those minutes where we kind of want to go, yeah, I don't know if I want to be on here. So here is StreamYard. This is the link here. If anybody does want to join, if they have anything to give an encouraging word. So I think what I'm going to do tonight is, okay, well, I've got this is interesting. Can you guys see like it has all my words coming up? Hi. Oh, J-Jo. Hello, J-Jo. So hello, hello, hello. So let's just take one moment because I just, oops, I meant to say hi, J.J. Fox, but it just said hello, Fox. Oh my gosh. This is water with lime, but I need a sip. So I feel like one of the things I wanted to, okay, Brandy is driving, and I see she just joined in. So Brandy, did you want me to add you, or are you just coming on for support? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to add you. Okay, so hold on here. So we have our,
hello.
Brandy, you're a little in the dark tonight.
Well, because I'm driving.
No, are you there? I can't hear you.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, now I can hear you. I didn't have earbud in.
Yeah, it's my phone.
Okay, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, I just want to give some people an encouraging word no matter what's going on in your life. Always just, he'll take you back to those places that remind you of the things you went through similar, and he'll get you through again. My experience today was I had disability got stopped, and I was upset because, and then I shut it down because I realized other things were starting to bubble up. So long story short, I shut it down really quick. I'm recognizing it now in the spirit, but how I know that, it got me through it is I prayed on it, and he showed me favor, because I just went through this a couple weeks ago, same situation, but this time I shut it down right away. I didn't step into that place where I went before. And how he showed me favor was I made a phone call and I said, I mailed the letter in. And she goes, well, it'll take 5 to 10 days. And then she goes, let me put you on hold for a second. So she put me on hold, and she came back and she goes, you know what? As long as you promised that you did mail that letter, and I said, I did mail that letter. I paid extra so you guys would receive it. I'm going to go ahead and take your interview for the questionnaire over the phone. So instead of waiting 5 to 10 days, I actually will have my money within the next 48 hours.
Wow.
And then on top of that, what do you want? There are you. Good. A small pineapple slush.
Okay, it looks like Brandy's in the middle of ordering something, so I'm gonna let her get back on in just a second. Brandy, I'll bring you back on in just a second. So Mary, your salon has started back again. That is so, so awesome. So my husband actually went to go get a haircut. I need a haircut really bad. I was looking, I'm like, man, my hair's the darkest it's been in a long time. Pineapple slushy, yes. Yes. Oh, doesn't that sound good? I don't know where she was, but that sounded really good. But I figured I would just get over here really quick. And yeah, doesn't that sound great? And yes, it's opened back up. Praise God. That is so awesome. Thank you that my hair looks good. It has not been cut or colored in August like 19th, 2019. So I actually did my own little trim a little, but yeah, it definitely needs a little help. So happy Monday. Jen, you missed the fact this is Jennifer right here who literally, I just love how God works because she sent me a message and it's like, girl, when are you going on next? And I was like, not going to go on. Uh-oh, Brandy, I lost you. Where'd you go, Brandy? Come back. Brandy, I was just waiting for you to pull through the drive-thru. Okay, come back, Brandy. Jen, I sent you the link if you wanted to jump on. Hi, J.Joe. Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to encourage people because sometimes we don't even know why God's stirring our heart for something and to reach out for something. And Jennifer literally was like, Jode, when are you going on? And it was like God going, yeah, when are you going on? I don't know why you got kicked off. I didn't kick you off. I just pulled you down for a minute, Brandy, because it was really loud in the background. So I thought I'd just give you a chance to get your slushies. And we were all a little jealous. Anyway, I had you down there. I just looked like you were still talking. So that's why I didn't have you back on. Oh, send you the link again. Okay. So has anybody else had that experience where something from the past kind of comes back, but we have a chance, like it will remind us of what maybe we've gone through, but we have that chance to do something different. And that's what Brandy was talking about, that she is shifting patterns, changing patterns. You know, one of the things that was kind of on my heart today, yeah, wow, natural. Yeah, it's probably a little bit lighter than it looks here because it's a little darker in here, but my hair naturally is always lightened up. But I was looking at a bunch of old pictures, and this is definitely probably close to high school or even junior high before I ever got any highlights. Sometimes people are like, wow, Jody, your eyebrows. So my eyebrows are still much darker than this, but normally I've always been much blonder. So my eyebrows are always darker. So let's see here. Yeah, isn't that funny? Yes, it's so encouraging. Okay, ooh, I got Jennifer on now. Hello, Jennifer. Okay. Okay, and I got Brandy. Oh, I guess we're going to have the dynamic trio. Okay. Brandy, you were ordering. That's why I didn't kick you off. I put you down below because it was a little loud.
That's fine.
Can you hear me? At me. Don't be mad at me.
No, I'm not mad. I said, that's fine. I said, but can you hear me? Because I said something, I was going to finish that story.
Yes, finish the story.
I was just
and first, though, wait. First, everybody wants to know where you got your pineapple slushie from.
Taco Bell.
Okay. Taco Bell all how so you can get a pineapple slushie too. So okay, share your story, and then I know Jennifer has something. I can just already tell God's given her something too. So Brandy, go for it. And this is great because I really didn't know where God was going. I just knew Jen was like, Jody, when are you going live? And I'm like, well, you didn't know that I'm sitting right in front of my computer. I'm about ready to type out, I'm not going to do Motivational Monday tonight. And then it was like, boom, 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 boom. Yes, you can, Jody. So, Brandy, maybe give us a little backdrop of it. Why don't you start from kind of the point you were making? That way, anybody that's just jumping on can hear it now. Because we've had a bunch of people jump on since you made your pineapple slushy stop.
Okay. I don't know if it's my phone or what's going on. Everything you're saying is like, is all I'm hearing. Do you guys hear me okay?
It's your phone. We hear you fine.
I don't. You have to write a comment. I'm not understanding anything.
Okay.
I think
Jennifer, why don't you, hold on. I'm just put her down for a minute because she couldn't hear us. Jen, why don't you share? And I'm typing to you, Brandy, right now.
And I was talking to, thank God for, good friends, because randomly I got a text today from Daryl Clark, and I just love that guy. He's just such an awesome man of God. And he just kind of just reached out just to kind of say hi. And we were talking, and he was just I don't know why he just caught me at a moment where I just felt like I needed to share what was going on or how I was feeling at that moment. And then I ended up talking to Joanne Casey about the same thing at the same exact time. Her and I were talking, and I just realized,
Brandy, hold on. I can tell that you're trying to get back on. Can you hear us? Oh, she jumped off. Okay.
I don't know how everyone else is feeling. I know this is Motivational Monday, but right now I've just been feeling like, everything is just beating me up, like one extreme to the other. It's like, how much more can I take? How much more can I just don't know. And, in our conversation, everyone, they're like, pray, have faith, and, whatever. I'm just like, oh gosh, darn. And so I was reading that verse about in Mark 4 about talking about the faith of a mustard seed and whatever else. But then it goes down and it talks about how Jesus told the disciples to go in the boat and cross over, leave the hundreds of people they were talking to, and just cross over the lake. And in the evening, it says here, at the same day when the evening came, he said unto them, let us pass to the other side. And they had sent away the multitudes. And then he just as he was in the ship, they were also with them in other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind and waves beating into the ship, and so that it was now full. And I just feel that's how I've been feeling, just like, oh my goodness, just it's all beating me up. And there he was in the rear of the ship, asleep on a pillow, and they woke him. And he said unto the teacher, do you not care that we not perish? And, it's so many people just say, God, you promised me this and you that. And now it's just like my whole world's collapsing in on me. Do you not care about me anymore? You not hear me? What's going on?
Yeah.
And, it's one of those things where it was like he was sound asleep because he was doing his self-care thing, taking care of himself when everything's beating him up. And he rose and he rebuked the wind and the sea and said, be still. And the wind was calm. And then he said to them, why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? When, just earlier, right before that, they were talking about having the faith the size of a mustard seed, because that's the smallest seed that grows into the mightiest tree.
That is so good. That is so good. And I'm reading here, Savannah says, well, I can give you some motivation over that if Satan had you, he wouldn't be trying to torment you,
Right?
child of God.
Right, but it's just one of those things. I think we all just, everyone goes through their seasons, and this once again is. I feel like all of my last 20 years has been this season, but
Yeah.
keep moving forward.
I've heard, I was listening to Patricia King, and actually last night she did this really cool kind of celebration of Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. And somehow I thought it was today, but evidently it was last night. So technically I listened to it until the early morning. But she was saying around September 10th, and I want to say it was really close to that. I felt a shift. Like I felt a shift. There's still been challenging, don't get me wrong, but I felt a shift. And then yesterday, I didn't even know it was the Day of Atonement. It was the weirdest thing. I felt like I needed to change my sheets and just like put some anointing oil on like in my room. I don't even know why. I was just like, okay, I just need to, I like
get
felt
it.
it so strong because I was just really, and I did. And then I'm like, wow, I didn't even know what I was doing, God. And then I watched this with Patricia King, and she was just like he's our ultimate. And it was just really amazing. And they were even talking about a lot of different things, like the Leviathan spirit, and it's like been trying to squeeze things out. And I was like, yes, hallelujah, But today, it's funny that you said that because one of the key points that you said on top of the scripture, which is so amazing, because I was really like, Lord, oh my gosh, I'm going to be one of those girls that a bunch of people
So I
are
should
going
have
to
it
be.
tomorrow or Wednesday for sure.
Brandy, we can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me clear?
I can.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
kind
It's
of
kicked me off like 5.
Okay. Well,
It's kicked me out.
Okay.
It's
Why
kicked
don't you
me off.
share what you were gonna?
Well, just
What
to
was
let
that?
you know, just to let you know, it's kicked me off 5 different times already.
Okay, well, it didn't kick you off. There's been a couple times I bumped you down below, and I sent you a message for that, just so you know. I was just
No,
when you said
it went back to the No, it went back to the screen that says try again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm so sorry for all your frustration. I'm going to put a pin in what I'm saying, and why don't you share what you're going to say, because I know that it's really on your heart to share it, and I appreciate that you have fought and fought to get back on. It's kind of like what Jennifer and I are talking about, and you too. It's like that. I think that sometimes we think that we're just going to hit the easy pass button, but God is teaching us and always training us, and always we're learning in it. And I don't know why we think that we don't have to grow in our grit and our perseverance and in all of those things. I mean, if you look at the fruits of the spirit, you're supposed to keep growing them like muscles, right? Well, what happens when you take a dumbbell and you grow that? You decide to start to pump some iron. Your arms are sore. So it's kind of normal, right? So, Brandy, what was it again that you wanted to share?
Okay. What I just wanted to finish on that, it's like he's replacing the fear with faith. And what I mean by faith dumbbells is because he's working out my faith, and they'll have me live in faith and not fear anymore. And what had happened was the reason why I went automatically and recognized it in the fear mode was because I'm like, oh, great, I have bills to pay that automatically come out. And then he took me back and he goes, have I not got you through this before? And had you not received your payment within 3 days? And I said, yes. And then when I got on the phone, I was like speaking to the representative, and usually it takes forever, like forever. Let me turn on this while I'm stopped. Usually
Yeah,
it
'cause
takes
we can't see
forever.
you.
Is that better? I'm
Yeah.
parked right now. Usually it takes forever for me to get through. Well, I figured out a combination on the keypad, and that I keep trying over and over and over and over again. And I'm finally able to get through. So I was able to get through, and usually what takes an hour to 2 hours before somebody comes on, within 45 minutes, somebody had come on the line, because I'm like, okay, God, please show me favor. I need this. And so like when I thought and prayed that, somebody came on. So fast forward, if anybody missed what I said before, I'm on paper, not paperless. So when I got it in the mail, I had to turn it in between the 28th and the 13th. So by the time they get it, it could take 5 to 10 business days before I'm reinstated. So I paid extra. I called today. Matter of fact, it was today. And I got through to a representative, and I explained my situation, and she put me on hold. She came back on, and she goes, you promised that you mailed that paper in. I said, yes, I promised I mailed that paper in. She goes, well, I'm going to let you answer, which is not what they never done with me in the past. And she's like, I'm going to let you answer the questionnaires that you filled out on the paper over the phone, and then that way it'll only be 24 to 48 hours before you receive your payment again on your card. So that's total favor, because she didn't have to do that, but she did it. And I'm like, okay, like I said, he'll take you back and remind you, and then he'll give you signs, because when that's, like with me, I'm going to classes and stuff to be released from things, but I recognize it now, and I shut it down right away. And when I shut it down right away, I step out in faith, and then that's when the favor comes in. And Jennifer, what you shared about the fear and the boat and Jesus, actually, that's confirmation for me, because that's basically what they talked about this last Sunday in the drive-up Sunday service I went to. And the good news, other good news is, work hard at your goals, whether it be losing weight or whatever. You don't have to start out by giving up everything. Just work towards it and getting healthier, because we're supposed to take care of our temple. Well, in the 2.5 months between the 2 visits that I went to the hip doctor, I have lost 18 pounds. Just by switching a couple little things and doing things different, I've lost weight. And then I was like, okay, God, I need to lose like 170 pounds. He goes, hello, 18 pounds, put 18 pounds of potatoes on the counter. Tell me what that looks like. And he goes, that is huge. Keep going. So whatever your goals are, sometimes you might have to start out small. You might not start to see results right away, but a small result and just keep going. Just keep going. You might not recognize it and stuff like that, but by you stepping out in the little, he brings big in, but it also could be a testimony to somebody and sow seed in their life. So whatever you're going through, whether it be financially, taking care of your temple, sometimes you have to take baby steps, but he will get you through it, and he will provide the tools. And recognizing things that, like I have, like with anger and anxiety and other things that I go through, because I'm not perfect. I am not perfect, but I am created in his image. So my thing is, pray on it, let those things be exposed, so next time when it starts to happen, you can shut it down pray on it, and then the favor and faith and breakthrough will come through. But learn to recognize it, shut it down, pray on it, and the favor and blessings will come. And I know there's somebody out there that has been going through similar situations. So, just learn to recognize it, pray on it, shut it down. Do not let it build. Do not open that door again fully. Just shut that door, shut it down. I keep hearing, shut it down.
So I know I've had some people asking questions. So hi, Lisa. And yeah, so Motivational Monday, I know we're kind of talking about different things, but it's really for us to celebrate things that we've overcome, accomplished. Sometimes we share words of encouragement to each other. So that's what it's about. So celebration, Brandy, you overcame it. I know that's something that you've been really working towards. So thank you so much. And I know you've got to keep driving and it's kind of dark. So was there anything you wanted to end with prayer or anything?
I'm just going to pull over again real quick. That way. Can you guys still hear me? Because sometimes when I park under trees, I lose signal. Are you there?
We are.
It's doing it again. Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and pray real quick, and then I'm just going to jump off and watch the video live. So, dear Father in heaven, I lift everyone up to you, Father in heaven, that they recognize the things that's stopping their favor so they can shut it down, pray about it, step out in faith, and move forward and not in fear. He who lives in us is greater than thee. So I lift everyone up to you, Father in heaven, that this word encourages them, Father in heaven, and that they will shut it down and step out in faith. So I lift everyone up to you who's going through weight loss struggle, financial struggles, anger, whatever it may be. Shut it down, step out in faith, and move forward. It doesn't have to be a giant leap. It can be a baby step, but a baby step. Just let them take those baby steps to get to where it's total faith and total favor. So I lift everyone up to you that is struggling right now. Testimony be that not to live in fear, but it gives them hope and in faith. Right now, in Jesus' name, I pray.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Brandy, so much. Thank you for joining and your persistence. And I know that it was for somebody, so thank you so much. So Jennifer, we were kind of talking, and you were talking about the boat, and yeah, I went on, I'm like, okay, God, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. But the one thing that was really on my heart, because I'm like, let's celebrate. What do we want to do to motivate? But I think sometimes, like, if you've had a Monday, and you're like, yeah, I'm not quite motivated back. And that's where we said to celebrate. So if you guys do have somebody to celebrate, please put it down there. And we will, and sometimes a celebration, and that's really where this started in the midst of we didn't know, and I just called it Camp Gambini, was just to celebrate if you got through the day, if you didn't give up. I mean, quite frankly, we were like, yeah, I'm celebrating that I made it through the day, us all in one small space, nowhere to go. Things are starting to open up a little bit. Matter of fact, I have a friend that's in Florida, and she's like, and I was a little jealous, I must say. She's like, yeah, our governor just opened. We're officially open. I even had to walk up to the customer service. They don't even have to wear a mask if they don't want to. I'm like,
yay.
I'm like, okay, you're prophesying over California right now. Woohoo, we're not quite there yet. Like when I talk to other people, I'm like, okay. I mean, you only know what you only know. I've only been in California since this pandemic has happened. I haven't really had a necessity to travel. Kind of sometimes wouldn't have mind going on a vacation, but it just really has not led to that right now. And what I was thinking about though today is kind of been what exactly you said, Jennifer, is how Daryl reached out to you. And then your other friend, did you say
Joanne.
Joanne. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Like following that little twinge when you don't even know why, but you're like, why is this person keep being on my mind? But also relationships. Relationships are a two-way street, and sometimes they go through different seasons. Sometimes you get to see somebody all the time. Sometimes you don't. But I think I'm doing kind of this challenge, and he talks about get around 5 people. So like if your marriage is not great, then get around 5 marriages that are like on fire and doing great. And guess what? You'll become the 6th one. If you are struggling and just can't get out of bed, he was sharing, like, he's a retired football player, and he was kind of sharing, he said he had, this guy called him 5 times to meet him for coffee, 5 different times. He really was having a hard time just getting out of bed. And he said, but then you get around those people and so it's like, of course we always want to pour out. Of course we always want to do things to give back and have a servant's heart. But I think it's really important to keep people in our circle that will say the hard things to us. That will be like, hey, stop it. Get back up. Come on.
Right. I mean, I'm sure you've heard the speech where the guy talks about he's in the military somewhere. He's like a retired military guy of some sort, but he talks about making your bed every morning, because the first thing you do, you get up, you make your bed, because no matter what, your world falls apart around you, your bed is still made. You've accomplished one thing in the day. No matter how bad your day is, your bed is still made.
And you might just need to go run around your bed and celebrate that, girlfriend. Right. That's what I was saying about the celebrate. It is funny when you think of one thing like, woohoo, I got clothes on today. You know, that's sometimes, okay, I got out of my pajama pants today. Woo! But there's something that when you choose to do it, even when you can barely do it, and you choose to celebrate that moment and not minimize it, I think there's something that shifts in us.
Right.
And Savannah said, when you're doing all you can to stand, just stand.
Right. Yeah, you do what you got to do. And, those people that are placed in your life that are going to encourage you or tear you down. And it's who do you call when your times are tough? Do you want someone that's going to tear you down? Or are you going to have, sometimes it's hard having to break away from those friends that aren't bringing the negative and the toxic to your life, even when you don't recognize it, but they're not growing like you want to grow. They might be the best people in the entire world, but if they don't grow like you want to grow, they aren't seeing the success that you want to see in your life. So maybe it's time to surround yourself with other people. I always tell my married friends who come to me for married advice not to talk to me. So that's nice and all, but I'm not married. I don't know what it's like to have a successful marriage because I've never had one. So you talk to me about the single life all day long, but the successful married life, I'm going to have to point you to a successful married couple.
Yeah. and I think that, I think that's really good. And it doesn't mean that you can't be uplifting and kind to everybody, but sometimes there's times, and my mom always taught me this, and I'm so grateful she said it to me over and over and over. And it came from the Girl Scouts. We sang this song called "Make New Friends, but the
old ones.
One is silver and the other's gold." And every so often when I've been having a big old meltdown and I would love to say it was in the 3rd grade when I was a Girl Scout, but sometimes it was when I was a sophomore in high school. And, I was cheerleading and all the girls were really mean, or another friend had just decided, I don't think guys have the same thing. They just kind of rumble and they're
They're best friends again.
Yeah. But Girls, yeah, we're a little different. It's like, so, and we can be, I can look back, I'm like, oh my God, that's pretty dramatic. Because I'd be like, I ate lunch all by myself, you know?
My whole
And my,
world's falling apart.
oh my God, my mom would sing that song to me. I'd be like, Mom, I do not want to hear that song right now. And she'd be like, well, you know what? You're in a pretty big high school and you're all eating outside. I bet you there was somebody else that was alone. Why didn't you go walk and sit down with someone else? And you know what? The truth of the matter was, I just want to have a big old pity party. And that does not work. It's self-pity. But I'm going to tell
Right.
you when you do that. So there's something why I did Motivational Monday and I said, let's celebrate something, is because there's something when you choose to get out of your circumstance and do something else. Sometimes it might just be go help open a door for somebody. Sometimes it might, you know what I mean? You're in the groceries and you see someone, you're like, hey, can I do that? You know, nowadays a little more caution maybe, but you know, with some things that you're like rush over and like, hey, let me grab that. And people are like, ah, you know.
Right. No, thank you. I got it. Well,
I'm like, okay, maybe that's not the
I'm
right one.
forcing
Right?
myself on you anyways, buddy. You're getting this.
Oh my God.
Getting this door
Okay,
open.
I'm mask up. You can see my smile under here. I'm smiling with my eyes. I actually had somebody on here on prayer night, and he gave me an amazing word, and he's like, your eyes smile. And I'm like, I am so glad, because that's actually been a prayer of mine every time I go out, and I have to really fight for it, because you know there's a lot of agitation going on, and you can pick up agitation. Today I was really struggling with doing some things joyfully, like making dinner. I kind of want to just be like, forget it. Why don't
your
you
own self?
But that was not honoring me and my husband already talked about what we were going to do. I talked about what I was going to make, and it was the right thing to do it. And I like had to kind of have a little come to Jesus inside my head, like, okay, you know, like you have two choices, because I could hear myself kind of I don't know if you ever do that, but I can hear, I'm sure like the camera was
dishes around and pots and pans. And
I wasn't even doing that. I was just like, just trying to be nice, but like, you know, like that's probably worse if you're doing the other, like it's all out. But I just reminded me of how we get to choose joy, how we get to, someone said, joy is a great medicine that we can take. So he was like, take your medicine. You know, choose to be joyful, choose to laugh. Sometimes many times people might be like, oh, why are you laughing? Might be like, I don't know, why am I laughing? And I guess I would think, well, I really have two things I can release right now: yell, cry, maybe three: yell, cry, or laugh. Laughter always shifts things. So it's a discipline that I try to laugh over complaining. I try to laugh, like it shifts everything. Try it with somebody, like even if your son's like really bad, and you're just like, I try to like come up with something. Obviously, you don't want to laugh at them. That won't work out good. But you know,
you don't like when I laugh at them.
like he's kind of say something like, "You're so cute," you know, or something like that. I'll say that to my husband. "Ooh, I like this new haircut," but I might not have like what maybe he said was. I had two choices what I was going to say. And that was the same thing back when I'm so grateful because my parents really kept instilling me overcoming and shifting my attitude. People will always say, oh, you're like, Jody, you're just happy all the time. I would say that was a really great discipline that I learned growing up. How you, of course, you want to feel, you know, you need to process through something, but then you move back forward. And I would be mad at my mom for a minute, and she was right. Do you know that because it really wasn't an option, she would ask me the next day. So if I let her know again that I, you know, sat on the steps and had a pity party, like, you know, I'm all alone, she'd be like, okay, well, who did you meet today? So like by the second or third day, because sometimes our little breaks with some of my friends lasted a couple weeks. So, but you know, it's funny. It has spilled over and over. And when you can identify you know what? I'm kind of in self-pity. I kind of will be like, well, I really have two choices. Am I going to have a tea party, or am I going to celebrate something? And you know what? Some days are easier than others to celebrate something.
Mm-hmm.
When you're walking through seeing somebody die suddenly, which we have a kind of extended family member that this has happened to, and just lost their spouse just suddenly in a very tragic
Right.
drowning situation, left to go fishing and isn't back. And the frustration was me on the phone with her today trying to help her get some answers with Social Security and all of that. So it wasn't at her, but it really changes your perspective. And even when I was cooking dinner, to be really real, this was my real circumstance. I was feeling heavy because I just was frustrated. And, they didn't show up for their appointment on the phone. We were both waiting. I could tell she was so tired. And I came in and I thought, you know what? My husband is here. So I really have two choices. I could be a little cranky pants barance and know that I'm picking up on this heaviness and, you know, um, and choose like, you know what? We don't know when we're going to heaven. And so, but you know what? I would want this night, my husband to have ended going, wow, that meal that you told me you were going to make, you made me. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
get to own like how I stay connected. I get to own my attitude, which that can be good and bad because
Right.
sometimes, and that's what Brandy was talking about. And the victory, which I loved, she shared was that when she got customer service before, when this has all happened over and over, and probably has lost her attitude like a lot of us have. But the great news is when it's something happens again, it's happened before, we get to practice a new pattern if we choose.
Right. I know you can't, because the only thing you can control is how you react. You can't control anybody else. And I know I've been guilty of, at times I'll call like customer service trying to dispute something, and there people are like, I can't help you and blah blah. And then I start getting irritated and mad. And I catch myself sometimes saying, you people, and then I stop myself and I'm like, okay, I apologize. I don't mean you as a person, but I'm talking about your company. I am not mad at you as a person. You have to understand these are my frustrations, and unfortunately you're on the other end. And somehow that always seems to change the mood when I apologize for lashing out for, to other people, because they're just doing their job.
Yeah,
And
Savannah,
we can't get mad at somebody for, yeah.
Yeah, and that's so good, Jennifer, that we can't get mad at them. And I mean, we can. We really do have a choice.
Right.
We have a choice. But I'm always reminded of that the story in the Bible in the New Testament of Jesus's life. And every place you look, even when people were not being lovely and kind and nice, he always chose to be kind back. Even when he was on the cross, wrongfully accused, he ends up saving somebody on the cross with him, and he could be like, okay, like bring down your lightning and take out this place, God. But instead he said, forgive them. Forgive them. And that always humbles me because I start to think, you know what? I want to be an ambassador for hope and I want to be authentic. So who knows, like it would be really bad if the person on the other line of the phone I actually happen to know, because guess what? People see me all over right now.
Right.
Like I have friends from all over, from different countries and on YouTube. And how disappointing would it be for somebody to see me be a hypocrite? So that helps me check myself. Not that I'm perfect. I'm not saying I do it in performance, but to catch myself in those moments, because I almost went into one of those today. I could hear myself in my very professional voice and I, and then I heard the gal on the other line and I was like, you know what? She's just doing the best she can. And when she ended, I shifted it. Thank you. Thank you for helping us. What else, kind of zip my lip for a minute. And in that moment at the end, and she said to my family member on the other line, she heard what we were saying. You know what I mean? When I slowed down, she heard. And sometimes people can't. And she just said, I just wanted to tell you how sorry I am for the loss of your husband. And I'm really sorry that you had to go through this all day. I'm going to do I just got you a new appointment, but I just wanted to tell you that. And I thought, you know what? I had two people on the phone. I had one person I'm helping, and I had somebody else. And I had a choice to kind of pull back for a minute and think. And by doing that, everybody ended that call feeling good.
Right.
You know, not the gal hanging up the phone going, well, that was just the rudest, you know.
Right. And
Those
sometimes
women.
you don't achieve the goal that you want, but you change the whole tone of the conversation.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes that's why I say, what can we celebrate today? That's what we can celebrate that we caught ourselves. You can celebrate that you picked up that phone from Daryl. You can celebrate that you shared with others. Guess what? Like, I actually want to just celebrate, Jennifer, that you were vulnerable and real, because you could have been like, oh, doing great, when like
the world's fantastic.
Yeah, when nowadays we have reality shows, right? So it's like, yeah, if the camera was there 2 minutes before, it would be like, yeah, that's not the case. And so I just love that you, like, way to go, girl. You were up, you know what I mean? Because you gave somebody a chance to sow into you, to invest into you, to do something, and it even probably validated why they reached out to you, just like you did. So you got filled up, and I was in a moment of like, okay, I know, God, I've been promising you I'm going to do all 4 days, and I've been like I'm like 2 months down, only 30 days to go in this 90-day challenge. And I was like, okay, you didn't really tell me, because he hasn't, like, you know what I mean? He didn't, like, certain people that are in this big win, their stuff is really specific. Mine was a little more by this 90 days, you're going to consistently have been doing all these things. So I could have talked myself out of it. But you know what? God used you to send me a message.
Keep you accountable.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I can do this. I'd rather just go out there and unplug. But you know what? Let's go for it. And I did. I put it together, and I'm like, the accountability was, okay, like, Jen didn't ask me to do this, but there was something in me that just rose up, and I just heard the Lord go do your StreamYard, go get the link and send it to Jennifer. Give yourself 10 minutes so you could take a deep breath, because I was just like, oh man, I thought I was going to do a really cool tutorial today, because like people are getting free mascara till midnight if they order. That didn't happen. Every time I tried to do it didn't happen. So I'm like, and I heard God just say, it's okay, just put some lipstick on now. Just do it now. And I'm thinking, I did not want to do that, but I mean, even that, because I knew that I now have 2 sponsors that sent me beautiful, amazing things, and it was giving your word. So I'm like, I think that's the other reason why I didn't want to go on, because I was like, okay, I might have to kind of pull myself together a little, because I'm also representing something I've promised and given my word for. And that just kind of kicked me in the rear. And weren't even like really kicking me in the rear. But I think that we need people. I think if you're just always telling people what you think they want to hear, I would encourage you to try practicing your voice. And sometimes it may not always be received lovely. I will tell you that. But you get to practice again. Oh, we have South Africa in the house. Hi, Acelia. She says, good morning.
Good morning.
And I will see you in my morning, your nighttime tomorrow. So, but I do, Jen, I don't know if you've been, and it does just feel better when you end on that note and you push through it and, and go, okay, I'm going to do this. And I'm not going to just do it, like get on and be like okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it well. And I'm going to make good on the things that God has put in my life and invest in that well. So, the fact that I have two amazing sponsors and they're sending me beautiful things that I got to pick them. Marnie picked these I picked these too. So I got to pick them all. And,
so beautiful. I love them.
And it's part of their sponsorship, which I'm like totally cool with, like pay me in stuff that I love. But I have an agreement to my part, and it's to show up and do my part. And I think that I don't know why we're talking about this, but it's just on my heart.
Because we can. That is all right.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've ever been in that place, Jennifer, where it sounds like you were today, and you were in the phone. It's like bang, 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 bang. And I love what you said about that, because those stories always amaze me when he's on the boat, because it's that faith. Like Jesus is sleeping.
He's taking care of himself. He's doing that self-care that we deny ourselves our sleep because we worry about it. We deny ourselves this and that because we're stressed over it, and God's just like sound asleep going, Jesus is sound asleep going, whatever. It'll work itself out in a couple of hours.
Yeah. And that's the funny part, because even with me, like God was like, okay, send this person, let them know. And then one of the people that I sent it to, she's like, I'm in Facebook jail. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm super glad I did it, even though I was frustrated. And then I was having this conversation with God right before I went on, because I'm like, really, God, I wanted to do a video tutorial and have some fun with a fall look, and I didn't get to do that. And now you're telling me to put on a little makeup anyway, and it's 7:30. I mean, hello.
Right. Now you got to go wash it all off. And
yeah. But he's like, guess what? You get to do that. Grab this, grab that. And it was like a little moment of art. And I was like, yeah. Okay, I do.
Give a little shout out to your mascara really quick, show what an awesome product it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So those of you guys that don't know, I do unique, I call it JYA, Jody's Unique Adventure. Jody's Unique Adventure. I've got all these different names under, but it is healthy skin and mascara, but they started with mascara. They just launched their additional new one, which has these two wands together. So it's the same formula that is Epic, which lifts and curls your lashes, but they've got this little baby one that you can put in here, and then this big one afterwards. So if you have lashes, and then of course I'm kind of drama lady, so I like 3 different coats. I like the lash primer to keep my little lashes good. I like to put my lash serum on, and then I love to put the Epic, and then I put the 4D on top. So not everybody needs to do that. And guess what? I did not do that tonight. But so it is a little late. It's 8:43, but they did something crazy today, which was if you purchase anything on the website for $60, if you needed refills and skincare, whatever, you get a $27 brand new mascara for free. So that's why I was trying to do that business too. I'm like, and I argue with God too, Jennifer. I'm like, why are you still making me do 5 businesses? And then when I tell people, they think it's fabulous. Wow, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad me and God went to punches on that one.
We are not seeing eye to eye.
Yeah, this is hard. Well, God has us do hard things. Okay, I see Brandy back. Okay, it looks like Brandy has something she feels very passionate to share. So, okay, Brandy, we'll bring you on. Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to share really quick. It works both ways, not only customer service, but it also works at the doctor's office. Because my situation. I'm not going to mention the person's name. So anyways, I said, that's why I didn't start my physical therapy. I said, I'm going to be point blank and honest with you. He cut the conversation and he went right into compassion. He said, is this person okay now? And I said, yes. And he goes, I'm glad to hear it. Now let's proceed with our visit. And because He'd always ask questions about this person that's very dear to me. It's from the gate. I can now recommend him as a surgeon to other people, because not only is he doing his job quite well as far as the surgeries and stuff like that, you know, even though I'm still having complications with the surgery, it's not the surgery, it's other things that tied into it.
Yeah.
He's an
So what
awesome
you're
surgeon.
saying, Randy,
So
if I'm
now
following you,
I am getting better and I'm getting stronger. God's moving favor in that. I had to do my part. The doctor did his part. I had to do my part. So what I wanted to say was, by him sowing that seed of compassion, it was able to put it out there to recommend. And I told him, I said, I just wanted to let you know, I've been, you know, it's not much, but I just wanted to bless you. And I've been when I hear people need surgery on their shoulder, on their arms, on their wrists, on their knees, or on their hips or whatever, you do all those surgeries, not just knees and hips. And he goes, yeah. And I go, I just wanted to let you know that I'm recommending you to other people. And he said, thank you. That means so much to me. But it's because of his professionalism and his compassion, to where he sowed that seed to where I could go out and bless him by recommending people to him. And everything he's doing, it's actually helping, and I am getting better, and I am losing weight because of it. So I just wanted to share that real quick.
So it sounds like you received it on the other end, meaning your doctor had a chance to actually show compassion to you. So you felt it on that side, and it's reminded when we use, I call it whether it's the fruit of the spirit of love and compassion and kindness, the fruit of the spirit of self-control to kind of pull ourselves back. When we have it received on the other end, it always feels really good.
Yeah, because who's going to recommend a doctor that's like, get out of my office. I said what I had to say. Now you need to go do it. No, he has compassion. And because of that compassion, it makes me want to go back. Because of that compassion, I can recommend him to other people. Because I went to two hip doctors, and he was one of them. And the second one I was like, I am never coming back in this office, because I was just going to go to that one to see if I could get in earlier. And God's like, no. And I went ahead and went. Whew, this doctor was unreal. He even used cuss words during the visit. And I'm like, whoa, this is not the doctor I need to be. He goes, because I already placed that doctor that you need to go back to. Right? And I'm like, yes. So I went ahead and went back to the doctor. And now it's been nothing but favor and blessings. And I just wanted to show him blessings by, just doing a small thing, is something is recommending people to him, is blessing him. That's all I know. I say I want to share real quick. Oh, but yeah, you know how Jody knows how I am. But I just wanted to share that real quick. It works on both ends. Like you were saying, Jennifer, it's not them, it's the company. And now that blessed me, because I can go about it different when I start to get frustrated, and I can shut it down, and that will help me recognize other things too. And I wanted to say thank you for sharing that, because that sowed a seed in me now.
Well, thank you.
Welcome. And Jody, I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. And like I wrote in the comment section, God placed you in my life for a reason, and how you step out in boldness, and you give me that tough love and spirit to be released from things. And I wanted to say thank you. And I thank the Lord how he works through you in toughness through love, because sometimes that's what I need. And you can do it without me wanting to do something cray. But I just love how he works through you and brought you into my life, and you do it out of tough love. So I'm released for it. because instead of wanting to punch you in the face like I do some people, and I'm not like that anymore, but he put you in my life to show me that tough love in the spirit so I can get released from things. And I want to thank you for your boldness. Thank you for your faithfulness. And thank you for showing tough love out of the spirit to get me through it.
Aw, you're welcome. Because sometimes tough love is not easy. But
yeah, well, it just depends on how you want to receive it too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could have been like, okay, whatever, and walked away. But you refused to give up, and you said that you asked the right questions, and the Lord gave you the right things to ask and stuff like that, and you pushed through with me. And I am truly blessed and honored to have you as part of my life. And you too, Jennifer.
Well,
and I love your mom.
To have you as well.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be quiet now so you guys can talk some more.
Okay. Well, so Jennifer, is there something you wanted to finish? I know we were I can't remember what we were talking about because I could tell Brandy had something she really wanted to share.
Right. We kind of go all over the board anyways. I don't know. We just need to, there's that song, Waymaker.
Oh, yeah.
Just, to walk away with something positive to end our day, that he's our waymaker, our miracle worker, our promise keeper, the light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You're the waymaker, the miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness.
Waymaker, miracle, light in the darkness.
Yep.
That is who you are.
He's here. He's touching every heart.
Yeah. I love that part when it says, you are here.
Yep. I think we just need to end our night with something a little positive. Maybe you should play us off with that song or something.
Well, first of all,
actually, you know what? I don't have
Don't do it because I don't know why, but there is some
copyright infringements.
Yes, and also I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to say this on Facebook, but there's some people in Facebook jail right now, so I don't know if there's some extra sensitivity. So I'm just thinking that I really
right.
Okay, I just wanted to share this with you all real quick. The reason why my videos don't get taken down when I sing with the CD is because I have to specifically state I do not own the right
I
to
know.
these songs.
So for Facebook, they actually approved that, but so I have a friend that has educated me in this kind of from a kingdom perspective, and technically we're still breaking the infringement rights because you have not purchased the app that has the approved songs, and I
understand.
Yeah, so I feel like, and I know that people have given that as an answer, and it normally will keep Facebook from bringing you down, but it's still not what you're supposed to do. So I just feel like once my friend shared that with me, because I don't have any of that approved music, but you can get it. If I had it, then I could play that approved music.
Right.
Totally understand. Gotcha now.
On the upside, Jesus slept while all this turmoil was happening. So just get your rest.
Yeah.
But some people like you have that natural beauty and don't need to.
Yeah. Or I can get my hair done. But it's really funny. I look and I'm like, okay. I mean, even something silly like my hair, I'm like, well, here's the thing. We're on a little bit of a budget. So my husband goes to this specific place and he's like, well, I checked with them. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to a hair place and I'm like, okay.
You all got the hair Sharpie, the Sharpies
No. He goes, well, I get a number 8 every time. And I'm like, I have gone to some of he goes, and they say they do hair color too. And I'm like, and I've gone out looking banana yellow, and you can't really come back from that very well. So the good news is I
Nope.
do not really have gray. So, and
Yay!
maybe I can be like, well, I am a little darker. Like, when you're used to seeing yourself
You're
with
all
other
tea
people.
dyeing your hair.
Yeah. I like when you're used to seeing other people and like your hair, like you look at old pictures and your hair is always way lighter than theirs. But then I'm like, okay, it's a different style. But like, cause I literally have friends that my one girlfriend, I think she thought I was being, at first I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, no, did you look, Jody? Like, hello, great, everywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasn't trying to be rude. I don't have that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm not like freaking out because it went 6 weeks. Quite frankly, it's gone 14 months.
I know, I get you. I'm right there with you. I mean, you really can't see not a lot of gray going on here. So, and some of us are a little more blessed than others.
And I'm like, well, maybe with my hair darker, it makes my eyes look bluer and like
But
they smile.
silver is the new thing now. Silver is the new black.
Yeah,
Nope.
I will tell you, if it was naturally coming that way, I guess I might have to, but I rather stay with 14 months than I know some people just love it. I don't know. Like I just am like, I mean, I don't, it's not my, that one is just not my thing.
Yeah, it's not my thing either. And then when it starts to grow out, by the time it hits a certain month, I look like a skunk because I got this white streak straight down the middle. Because mine don't turn gray, mine turns white. And I'm like, I found a hair dye that I actually can dye my own hair. That it turns out dark at first, but once it starts to lighten up, it's so beautiful. And I just did it not too long ago, but I got to go and redo it again because the grays are starting to pop up. I'm like, nope. I'm not doing the silver back.
So Celia has gorgeous, like kind of silver hair. Celia, is yours
See?
natural or
She
do
knows.
you, or is this the style? I have a question for you because some people really like this style. I, on the other hand, don't really get it. Why a 20-year-old would want to look like a grandma.
But well
But
done.
everyone can express themselves.
But silver, well done, looks absolutely beautiful on people. Some girls rock it so well.
Oh, hers is totally natural. See,
Oh,
hers
see,
is
that's why she
really,
rocks it so well.
yes, she rocks it really well. I love it. It looks so pretty. But I mean, and I guess it's just like getting red hair when you don't have red hair. If you want it, then I guess nowadays you can have it. And there's some
Right.
hairdressers that probably are making a really nice living on getting good at how to turn to get that pretty silver look. So creativity.
Yeah, it's crazy. The younger generation, when they start to get gray hairs, they like that silver look. And then I've seen quite a bit of older people, because I'm a certain age, and I see people that are old enough to be my grandparents rocking pink and blue and stuff hair. I'm like, when did we switch roles? Because I see a lot of younger people with the silver hair, and I'm seeing a lot more older people rocking some pretty awesome colors. I'm like,
You know what? It doesn't matter
No.
what your age you are. Just you do you. If you want to go purple, do it.
oh, you know what color I'm gonna go, right?
Oh gosh, do we
tie-dye.
Tie-dye, yeah.
Basically, yep, you guessed it. I'm gonna do tie-dye, but put the rubber bands and do different colors in my hair. My friend said
Why
she
not?
would help me do it to make it look tie-dye.
Do it.
And I'm gonna rock it.
Woo, the prophetic works in all kinds of ways. Even for her. Yeah, tie-dye.
I'm one with the spirit tonight.
Well, everyone,
my mom may want to reach through and choke me, but I want to do it. I just hit one of those spurts to where I want to do something wild and crazy. And I hear tie-dye hair, and Jennifer said that. I'm like, I'm actually going to do that eventually.
Yeah, I don't know why, but wild and crazy with my hair is just not the area. I will go bright tie-dye eyes, but I might, like, I probably could, like, I would have a lot of, I've done blue, but yeah, my hair, I don't know why. It wouldn't, I mean, if God told me to do it, I would do it in a heartbeat. He has not told me to do it, but it's not something that I look at all these different colors like other people do and go, wow, that would be so fun. It's kind of like, I love it because we all are made differently, right? Because
Right.
it's the same as tattoos. I,
Absolutely, an artist paints the
yes,
outside of the building and leaves it as long as the inside. It's what the heart that matters, and you can decorate your outside any way you choose.
yes, but I love it. And you see people, like they put, and it's really from their heart. I'm just like, for me, that pain does not sound fun. So it would definitely have to be something very clear. Like it just is not, you know what I mean? And
Right.
maybe it's because this is who God's made me and he's just designed me in a certain package. And but I think what is important is that we celebrate people and give them a safe space and don't put judgment or don't put those things in the middle of it, which it's easy
100%.
to do because it's not like us. And it's like, and we've seen it forever. Like my grandma, my grandma wore tie-dye, but some grandmas might be like, why are they wearing that style? I can remember a couple of times, why are they wearing that style? But, like, I just think that I love it all. And just like some people go, I can, like, tonight I'm pretty tame, but they'll be like, whoa, you have like 5 shades of blue or purple and it looks good, but I could never do that. You know what I mean? And so, like, everybody
Right.
creates in different ways.
Yeah, my tattoo that I'm gonna get eventually is gonna match my hair.
Oh my God. Oh, this will be fun. How about you?
Well,
The
the tattoo is
colors?
not gonna be. Yeah, the tattoo's not gonna be colored in. It's gonna be the outline of a lamb, the outline of a lion, the outline of a horse, and the outline of an elephant, the outline of the world, and the outline of an eagle. So the world and all the outlines of all the animals are going to be on eagle's wings. But I'm going to do it in different colors. And they're not going to be colored in. It's just going to be a thick outline of each animal. Lamb represents love. Lion represents fearless to me. The horse represents freedom. The elephant represents strength. And the world on the eagle's wings I will soar on eagle's wings above the world issues. So it's going to be in different colors.
That's awesome.
All right, ladies, I gotta cut you off.
I know.
I've got to get going.
I'm going to go ahead and end this. Guys, I just send blessings to everybody. And I love Jennifer, what she said. And we just release peace over everybody right now. Rest, that you guys just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. There's something that literally you can release off when you just stop and just do a little bit of self-care, whatever that's like. It may just be taking a time to breathe. So we just thank Jennifer and Brandy for getting on, and we will see you back for Testimonial Tuesday. I don't know what it'll be or when.
All right, have a good night, ladies.
I'm holding my phone, so I can't do the heart, but I'm blowing kisses.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you so much. Love you. Bye.